Everything you see, everything you are, might be a fractal. The galaxies swirling in space, the veins in a leaf, the branching neurons in your brain, they all follow the same repeating, self-similar patterns. And it's not just a coincidence. Fractals are not just shapes. They are the fundamental blueprint of reality. And if that's true, then the universe itself must be a fractal. Let's start with the most basic question: why does nature follow fractal patterns? The answer is efficiency. Fractals are the most efficient way to store and distribute information and energy. A tree doesn't just grow randomly, it follows a fractal branching structure to maximize sunlight absorption with minimal energy use. A river system branches in a fractal pattern to spread water over the greatest area with the least resistance. Even our blood vessels mirror this same structure, ensuring that oxygen reaches every cell with minimal loss. This is nature optimizing itself. But what if this isn't just a useful pattern? What if this is the pattern of reality itself? Fractal space, fractal time. We think of space and time as smooth, continuous dimensions. But what if they aren't? What if time and space are actually fractals? Quantum physics has already shown us that space and time behave strangely at small scales. The closer we look, the more chaotic and self-similar it becomes, like zooming into a Mandelbrot set, where every level contains the same repeating patterns. If time is fractal, that means reality doesn't flow smoothly. Instead, it branches and loops, creating echoes of the past and glimpses of the future within the fabric of spacetime itself. This could explain quantum entanglement, déjà vu, and the way history seems to repeat itself at every scale, from atoms to civilizations. If space is fractal, then everything we see is just a macro version of something smaller. Galaxies cluster in webs that resemble neurons in the brain. The large-scale structure of the universe mirrors the tiny quantum foam at the smallest scales. It's the same pattern everywhere. Black holes, the ultimate fractal machines, and then there are black holes. We usually think of them as smooth, featureless voids. But what if they aren't? What if the event horizon of a black hole is fractal? There are two reasons why this might be true. 1. Fractals are the most efficient way to store information. The entropy of a black hole is proportional to its surface area, not its volume. This means all the information of everything that falls in must be encoded on the 2D surface of the event horizon. A smooth surface wouldn't be enough. But a fractal surface could store information at near infinite density, packing infinite complexity into a finite area. 2. If spacetime is fractal, so is the universe, and so is a black hole. If space and time are fractals, then everything that emerges from spacetime must be fractal too. This includes black holes, stars, even the way reality expands and collapses over time. In this sense, black holes are not just entropy machines, they are the ultimate expression of the fractal nature of the universe. They take highly complex information, compress it into a lower dimension, and store it as a fractal pattern on the event horizon. So what happens to that information? That's the biggest mystery in physics. But some theories suggest that black holes don't just erase information, they redistribute it. And if Hawking radiation eventually evaporates a black hole, releasing its entropy back into the universe, then the fractal information encoded in its event horizon may unfold back into reality, creating new structures, new order, and new complexity. Entropy isn't destruction. It's transformation. The universe as a fractal simulation. If all of this is true, if fractals are not just useful patterns, but the fundamental code of the universe, then what does that mean for us? If reality follows fractal rules, then the universe is self-organizing, building complexity out of simple repeating patterns. If black holes encode information in fractal structures, then everything that exists is being stored, transformed, and reborn in cycles. And if spacetime itself is fractal, then we are not separate from the universe's structure, we are part of the pattern. Some physicists even suggest that our universe might be a kind of fractal simulation, an ever-evolving system that repeats itself at every scale, conserving energy and information in the most efficient way possible. This would mean that everything that has ever happened, every moment, every thought, every action, still exists, encoded somewhere in the fractal structure of spacetime. Maybe history doesn't just repeat itself metaphorically. Maybe it does, literally. Final thought. The deeper we look into reality, the more we see the same pattern emerge. From atoms to galaxies, from neurons to civilizations, everything follows the fractal code. So the next time you look up at the stars, or into your own mind, remember, you are not separate from the universe, you are part of its infinite, repeating design. A single branch on an infinite tree. A ripple in an endless sea. A fractal of something greater than we can imagine.